Morning and welcome to AMX78, the team and the rules. As you guys start to roll in here, part of the reason that I film at 6:30, it's a combo. So part of the reason I film at 6:30 is one, because that's kind of the time that you guys have let me know. I've done some, a little bit of market research with the videos, looking at the views, the shares, etc. I've asked some of you as well, but then another portion of that has to do with my schedule here at my house. My daughter goes to school at 8 o'clock. I walk her to school. We leave about 7:45. She wakes up about 7 o'clock. And for that reason, 6:30 is a good time as well. And just about a second ago, it's like 6:30. It's only like a minute or so late, but about a second ago, every morning my daughter wakes up, she says, "Mom, Dad, I slept. Mom, Dad." And she just yells that. She just yells that out of her bed. So I felt compelled to run down and say, "It's still time to sleep, Gracie." So she surprisingly, she said, "Okay," and went right back to bed. Else we would have had Gracie June Brenneman sitting on my lap, being a part of the AM Excellence videos. So it might happen in the future. So I wrapped up the book today. We're reading The Energy Bus by John Gordon, and I wrapped up the book today, and I'm going to summarize it. There's a theme that I want to talk about today, but then also I want to touch on this idea, of the rules. I'm not going to go through every rule, but I just want to touch on a few of those rules in the book that I took away. And again, this is the energy bus. The bus is your life. The energy bus, the energy that you give off and that you receive in your life, and it's called the 10 rules to create the ride of your life. A little bit silly, a little bit fun, yes, but there is great point and great purpose to the videos, or to these videos and to the book. The first thing they talk about is adversity. Now, adversity can be cliche, it can be overdone, it can be talked about. A great book, one of the best books that I've recently read, that I've read ever, by Ryan Holiday, is called The Obstacle is the Way, and it talks about Stoic philosophy. Who the heck knows anything about Stoic philosophy? This guy didn't, and I'm sure that out of 99% of people listening, you haven't either. But Stoic philosophy goes back to that purpose, goes back to that point. Overcoming adversity. The obstacle is the way. Your adversity is the answer, right? You experience that adversity. Stoic philosophy is focusing 100% of your energy, of your time, of your effort into overcoming that, versus thinking about it, pondering about it, feeling bad about it. And this idea, we touch on it here. He says, if he hadn't gone through all the adversity and challenges at work, he would never have wanted to learn how to better lead his team. I talk about this all the time. The only reason I'm here in front of this phone is because I got knocked out. Because when I got knocked out, I thought, what the heck am I going to do with this? Where am I going to go with this? So find a solution. Develop that mindset to find a solution. All the stuff you're dealing with, it's a decision. It's a fighter's mindset. I will move forward. I will find some sort of good out of this. I know someone is watching, Kathy. I know you exemplify this more than quite possibly anyone I know, turning adversity into something positive to create that ripple effect going outward. He says, life is a test. Every adversity helps us grow. Negative events and people, this is great. Negative events and people teach us what we don't want to. Sorry, can't read. Negative events and people teach us what we don't want, so we can focus our energy on what you do want. Sometimes you have to experience what you don't want to know exactly what you do want. That's why I'm such a big proponent of trying things, experience, live, adapt new systems into your daily life. Some of them you're going to like, some of them you're not going to like. Bring new people into your life. Some of them you're going to like, some of them you're not going to like. But you're never going to know what you do like until you know what you don't like. And he also talked about team. He also talked about team and purpose. Now, in our podcast, A Fighter's Mindset, the Spaniard podcast, Dred, my co-host, and I'll be posting a video about this later, so keep an eye out. Dred and I are making a conscious effort to build a team, our team, You, listener, you're part of the team. Because when there's a team, when there's a community, when there's a shared purpose, the focus and dedication and resilience and community feel of support helps achieve that goal so much more than if it were individuals. I said not too long ago how there's a saying that one horse can pull 2,000 pounds, but two horses can pull 10,000 pounds. There is power in community. There is power in numbers. The whole 12-step program with Alcoholics Anonymous is focused on community. That's one of the I don't want to say core values, but that's one of the key principles that helps 12-step programs be so successful and effective, is that feeling of a higher purpose, a greater purpose, but also that feeling, that sense of community. So embrace this community that we're building. I'm going to share some of those stories this afternoon, but I'm getting emails, I'm getting comments, I'm getting feedback, and it's stinking awesome because we are making change. It's not just about one individual, no, it's about a community of people focused and dedicated to applying, adapting, implementing a fighter's mindset into their mind. So be part of that team, be part of that community. Now I'm going to summarize some of these rules. And like I said, there are 10 of them, 10 rules for the ride of your life. Not going to go over all of them, but I want to focus on a few of them. I'll leave some of it up to your imagination. So if you'd like to go get The Energy Bus by John Gordon, you can do that. It's definitely worth the time. It's a short book. I think I read it in, 5 or 6 days. But the first one, probably the most important, you're the driver of your bus. Rule number 1, you are the driver of your bus, no one else. My fourth element of excellence is live with accountability. You are responsible for you. You're responsible for the way you think, the way you look, the way you act. You are responsible for your job. You are responsible for your relationship with your spouse or your siblings, your mother or your father or your coach, whatever it is. You are responsible. You are the driver of your bus. Part of my passion, part of my mission is to help you feel confident and comfortable with that. And instead of seeing that challenge as, oh no, I don't want it, and running the other way, no, think and embrace it. You are the driver of your bus. So get on it. Another one I want to touch on, and this is, I tread a line. I tread a fine line between rah-rah, foo-foo, and actual implementable action. Okay, and rule number 3 says, fuel your ride with positive energy. So positive energy, yes, I want this to be a sort of motivation and inspiration, but then I don't want you to just go on your way and forget this. No, I want you to implement it. So how can you fuel your ride with positive energy? What are you consuming? What are you consuming? What do you consume on a daily basis? It's 6:39 on Friday. From now until tomorrow's video, Sunday's video, Monday, what are you consuming? With whom are you spending your time? What are you reading? Are you reading? What are you listening to? Are you listening to podcasts? Are you listening to radio shows? Are you listening to political shows where all they do is sling mud at the other political opponent? That's doing no good for any of us. Focus, bring that positive energy. Start. I'm going to give you 100 hours worth of ways to start. One, I think, this is AMX78. Go back and watch those AM Excellence videos. A Fighter's Mindset, the Spaniard podcast. We're on episode number 30. Listen to those 30 episodes. Fuel your ride with positive energy. And the more positive energy you look for, the more positive energy you're going to find. And as we remember from yesterday, 2 days ago, your heart has an electromagnetic shield around it that gives off energy. Whenever you say someone has a good heart, because you can feel, you can see, you can taste that energy. And the more positive fuel you fuel yourself with, the more likely that you're going to emanate that positive energy outward. I'll go over 2 more. Don't waste your energy on those who don't want to get on your bus. Now, this is a really tough one. Don't waste your energy on those who don't want to get on your bus. This is extremely difficult because there might be people that you love, there might be friends, there might be people that you want to help, but at the end of the day, if they don't want to be helped, you can't help them. Cale Sanderson, one of my biggest role models, probably right up top. I think The Rock The Rock and Cael Sanderson are at the top of my list of people I want to hang out with. And Cael Sanderson, someone asked him, I was at an event of his, and someone said to him, what's your secret for coaching? How do you motivate your guys? And in as many words, he said, I there's nothing I can do at the end of the day. It's got to be them. It's got to be you. You can watch these videos until you're blue in the face. But if you don't make the decision, if you don't be the driver of your own bus, nothing's going to happen. I can't walk into your life and make you change. So there are people, as we learned in Urban Meyer's book, Above the Line, there are the 10% of the people who don't need it. They're functioning, they're out there in the ether doing their thing. There's the 80% of people like us. I look to other people. You're looking to other people. There's the 80% of us who are there, but we still need that motivation. We want to do right, but we need a path. We need a leader, right? To me, The Rock, Cael Sanderson, those are my leaders. Those are the people that I look up to. But then there's that 10% at the bottom who just don't want anything to do with it. And to those people, you try, but eventually you've got to move on. Because time is a non-renewable resource. And when your time is up, your time is up. And if you feel guilty for it, think of it this way. If you're spending your time on that 10% of people who absolutely will not change no matter what, then you're not spending your time on those people who do want to change. So you're being selfish. Now, so if you do feel selfish, think of it that way. Let go of the people who don't want help and focus your time on the people who do want help, because time is a non-renewable resource. And the last one that we'll touch on, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Drive with purpose. Drive with purpose. Every day you have a choice. How are you going to live your life? What are you going to do? What impact, what legacy are you going to leave on this earth when you're gone? Every single day you have that choice. There's a saying, when I started speaking and reading and listening and writing, etc., there's this idea of living intentionally. Having intentionality in your day. Do you just wake up and go with it? Or do you wake up with a purpose? Today I will this, that, and that. It can be as simple as I will exercise today and I will work hard. That's it. That's intention. That's all the more complex it's got to be. Versus, I think I'll wake up today. I think I'll eat Fruity Pebbles. I think I'll watch football all day. There's no intention. There's no purpose to that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed AM Excellence 78. I encourage you all to like, share, offer feedback. I love, a lot of the last several videos have been having conversations, a lot of feedback, a lot of input. At this point, I'm responding to it all. This is my job. This is what I do. So I appreciate and encourage that feedback. Also, if you haven't already, hop on over to A Fighter's Mindset Facebook group and join the group. The comments are great. The reasoning being, I know Fruity Pebbles are excellent. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the best, though. What happens with Facebook is because of the way it's set up, sometimes you might miss these posts. Join A Fighter's Mindset group. I'll have all the posts. Move the community there, so it's a closed community. It's people who want to be a part of it. I encourage you all to offer your feedback, join A Fighter's Mindset group, and keep an eye out. I'll be making a post probably about noon, but I'll shoot a notification about how you can share your story with A Fighter's Mindset, the Spaniard podcast. Carpe diem, fight well. Hasta mañana, tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, 6:30. Be there.